Dopamine, neurotransmitter from heaven. Welcome to Door Talk, the journey to explore pearls of wisdom. Here we are reviewing the book Detoxing Dopamine by Thibaut Meurisse. In today's modern world, we are exposed to the influx of information and changes that lead to excessive increase in dopamine. Being hit by notifications, switching from one task to another make us less and less in charge of our plans. So here we are discussing about detoxing dopamine and mastering the control of our life. Well, first and foremost, I want you to pick out a paper so with each tip and trick, you elaborate what might be wrong and how is it all going on with you. So pause for a few seconds, provide pen and paper, and be ready to write. Welcome back. Now the first question would be, what are you addicted to? It can be checking on the social media, or doing a task in a specific way, or thinking about an issue over and over, or anything like that. Once you're finished writing them all, I want you to dive into each to see whether they satisfy you in the long run or they're just instant and temporary excitement. What I mean is that the key here is considering fulfillment over joy. So by answering this question, you are one step ahead, recognizing what's going on in your daily routines. As soon as you enter a state of overstimulation, your mind will play tricks on you to convince you there's no need to leave that trance. So let's define the tricks though. The first thing is that we think returning to work would not be a big deal. But the truth is, it might be put off for so long or never be done at all. Next thing to consider is that we might think we lose those alerts coming our way, such as interesting ad, message, and other extra feed. But in fact, nothing matters as much as losing our ability to focus on one thing. So once you figured out what are your real distractions, your next job would be adding friction to them. Because the harder something is to access, the less likely you are to do it. This is why you must redesign your environment to make undesirable behaviors more difficult to engage in, while making more desirable behaviors easier to conduct. Now that you know the tricks and the trends of distraction, you'll be much more aware of the process by acquainting yourself with open and closed system. An open system is simply an application or situation that provides you with a continuous and never-ending supply of external stimuli. And whenever you enter an open system, you risk becoming overstimulated. For instance, if the first thing you do in the morning is to check social media, you'll be struggling the rest of the day focusing on the task at hand. Vice versa, the closed systems offer little or no room for distraction. Some examples are Excel spreadsheet, Word document, and PowerPoint presentation. Now let's write down a few examples of an open system that distracts you and then write down one closed system you could implement to increase your productivity. All we're trying to do here is developing laser-sharp focus. Now that you're engaged writing down each step, here are the top best tips followed in the process. Do take notes. Be at the same place at the same time every day. The famous writer Stephen King sits at his desk every day at the same time and writes. He believes that inspiration will come as he immerses himself in work. So what about you? Where will you be when you dedicate time to do your most important work, and when will you start? Choose a trigger. As you start your routine, choose a specific trigger. It could be having a tea, completing meditation, or anything that will help you calm your mind. Because when you're relaxed, you'll find it easier to work. Just get started. When you work on your task for a few minutes, you'll be more likely to enter the flow and keep working longer. Eliminate any distractions and finally work without interruption. Aim to complete 45 minutes of uninterrupted work. Congratulations! You've just completed a dopamine detox, and now I bet you feel much more relaxed and far more in control of your day. But what next? If you're not careful, you'll inevitably relapse. Old habits die hard. That's why in this section, we'll describe a few specific things you can do to avoid reverting back to your never-ending stimulation loop. Well, now to wrap it all up, commit to a 30-day challenge. To benefit from your dopamine detox, I encourage you to implement a simple daily routine to adhere to for the next 30 days. See it as a 30-day challenge. This will help you avoid reverting to your old habits as soon as you finish your dopamine detox. Alternatively, you can read the other books in a series as you continue your journey toward higher level of focus and productivity. Each subsequent book in a series will help you build a critical skill in just 7 days. The next book is called Immediate Action, in which you'll discover how to overcome procrastination. So stay tuned, catch you later. But wait a minute. Promise me you won't check out any notification or scroll social media only on purpose. Be in charge of your time and have a blast though. Thanks for listening.